take you home. No need to stretch, cause it's in the dome. Popping a vibe at the PlayStation. Okay, the squad gonna rise. Checkpoint reached, now the world's alive. Clickbait free with a clear headline. Taking our time like a Bethesda. In this game, you know we play for keeps. No cheat codes and no receipts. Ding dong, welcome to the ring. Ding dong, checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached. In this game, you know we play for keeps. No cheat codes and no receipts. Ding dong, welcome to the ring. Ding dong, checkpoint reached.
Howdy gamers, and welcome to Checkpoint Reach, a weekly show where we discuss a topic in gaming and occasional news stories, movie and TV quotes, and random life rants. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am your host, Lex, along with my sexy co-host over there, Ernie. How are you
Hello.
doing, my friend? Welcome back, dude. What's up?
Why,
Talk to me.
hello. I'm doing well, my friend. How are you?
You're listening to Thoughts for your thoughts.
It's I'm in your ear, buzz.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm back, dude. I feel like I'm like, I feel good. You know what I mean? Because these
Well,
past couple days I've been
where were
not
you?
feeling the best. Well, you know, as you may know, I not enough of the listeners know, but I came off a 3-weekend bender, dude. I had my birthday weekend. I was in Austin, Texas. I was just in Cabo for a wedding last weekend. Well, I guess technically week. Yeah, last week, Wednesday, and I came back Sunday. That's why that extra episode came out. But yeah, dude, it was a great time. I'm happy I'm back, dude. I'm beat. I'll tell you what, dude. I'll be, and I'm happy to be back, dude, talking to you,
Yeah.
listeners, and you, of course, Ernie, the other host. But dude, I'm
Of
great,
course.
dude.
I heard that while you were out there, your one like thing that you kept repeating, that way you can kind of stay, in a proper mindset. You would say, "I won't suck and I will not be sucked."
Don't worry, dude. Ernie was fed with updates, pictures. He was updated with me and my life, what's going on. But how are you been, dude? How's it been without me, dude? I know you've been.
I have. I'm miserable, honestly. I have not had anyone to talk to. I have no friends other than Lex.
Nah,
It was cool as chill. I mean, it was strange because it's not like I couldn't talk to you or reach out to you, but
Yeah.
it definitely felt like you were more like sort of gone, if that makes sense. Like it was just like kind of like when you took off to the UK. Like I was still talking to you, but it kind of felt like, damn, we're separated for a little bit, which sounds funny to say, but like we usually talk a lot, right?
Well, that one was harder because it was actually like 10 hours ahead, and Cabo was literally the same exact time, so I was, but it didn't feel that way when I was out there. I'm like, I felt like I was
Yeah.
ahead of you guys, and maybe because we're just drinking and just like not working or anything during every day.
Possibly. I did tell you that there was a time where you snapped me, and I swear to you, like it was like really late at night, and for whatever reason, your background, it was like the freaking morning, and I was like, I'm like, dang, this guy's like partying really early, but it was like freaking like 2 or something in the morning. I remember seeing it.
You know what?
I might have looked at it late or something, but it was strange.
What also is the service at the resort was really bad, so like it would catch Wi-Fi here and there. So that's probably what happened. I probably sent it and probably didn't get to you till like later.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's
Okay.
probably what happened. But yeah, dude, great times. I'm glad to be back, dude. I'm glad to be talking games, dude. Of course, I miss playing games, dude. I do. But speaking of some games, dude, I wanted to talk about this quick story with you. I know you brought it up while I was gone, I think, and I didn't really get to look deep into it, and I kind of hope you'll dive into it a little bit. But I think our friends over there at IGN, okay, not our friends, but they made an article about PlayStation games and how they're sick of the same stories. I know you wanted to talk about it a little bit. Would you like to get into it?
Yeah, I definitely can. Sorry, because you threw me off a little bit because we didn't even talk about the games we're playing. So you gotta skip.
Oh crap! I'm so sorry. Oh well, no, we usually do our news segment.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I was like, I'm all damn. Am I? Hey, you're good, dude. I was like, I was all thrown off. I'm like,
It's been a minute.
Yeah. So I was.
Now.
You're talking about the PlayStation IGN thing that I was talking about, right? Yeah. So I had read this article and I found it interesting. I will just summarize it. I forget the writer at the top of my head. I'll pull it up. I'll probably put a link into it or something. That way you guys can look at it. But there was an article about how PlayStation games are all very similar. And I thought it was interesting because, like, you know, a lot of people are always like, "Oh, PlayStation was where we get our first first party games that are these cinematic experiences, good stories, this all yada yada yada, all that good stuff, right? That you get from PlayStation games." And I was like, that is true, great games. But in the article, he kind of goes into it and he says, I believe it's a guy. They say that all the games are very similar to one another, whether they're about revenge or, you know, being a father or whatever. Like, there's just little things that are like very similar in the story beats, apparently in most PlayStation games.
Robot
And I was like,
too.
I know, right? And so I was thinking about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this person correct? And I was like, I was asked Lex. I was like, should we talk about this? Because I kind of wanted to get his thoughts. It's not like I'm throwing him blindsided here. Like, he'll definitely know what we're talking about because obviously he's played all the PlayStation games for the most part that have been some of the newer ones, right? And so have I. So I wanted to ask you, Lex, just to touch, just be brief on this, I guess, if you like. But what do you think? Do you think that he has some sort of, does he have something here, or is he kind of stretching the truth here, as they say?
I mean, I can see it. There are a lot of similar themes, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's just it is. It's I think he's just talking about the sequels though, right? Because like you go, oh, let's go talk about Last of Us. Yeah, it's a father and son story, or a father and daughter story, and then God of War, father and son story. Goes to Shini's. Goes to Yotei as a revenge story. But then you got like the Spider-Man's the superhero game. You got the Hitman. You're an assassin. You got Astrobot. You know what I mean? And like when we're talking PlayStation games, Uncharted. You know what I mean? Adventure, action, adventure game. So I see what he's saying, but then the other part of it is like, no, I mean, like I welcome it. I mean, I think there's a good variety of them. Obviously, we want a lot more, but I think there's a pretty decent variety of what we have. Robot dinosaurs, like I mentioned, something like that. So I do see where they're coming from, but I don't quite agree. I enjoy them. I don't get tired of them. So are you tired of these kind of games or?
I'm not, and I think, well, I have a different perspective than you probably, but I don't think so. I think I like what you said. You kind of mentioned a few games there, and there's a variety, right, in PlayStation games. I don't think all their first parties are exactly alike. I think Astrobot was like not one in a million, but it was kind of like Sony with taking kind of some
like a platformer genre.
Well, yeah, but like going back to the roots in a way, right? Because I think they kind of stopped doing that, and I think we'll talk about that a little bit more with our main topic that we're going to discuss. But we haven't had those kinds of games in a while, right? And it's all been very similar in terms of like, yes, a cinematic experience, a third person over the shoulder, all that good stuff, and like not necessarily not to say that that's a bad thing because those are great games. I don't think just because they're similar in gameplay and kind of story beats that they're terrible games, right? Like we don't get that with Xbox, and that sucks. But that's a topic for another discussion because we don't probably need that for Xbox. We want something else. But I think that in terms of the variety, I believe that we need more.
No,
and don't get me wrong. I think we do get a variety of games because just because we are talking about PlayStation, this is different because PlayStation, as a software company and a hardware manufacturer, right? They make their games for that console, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't buy Hades 2 for the PlayStation 5. You can't buy Puppeteer that was on the PS3 or like Stray that you were talking about for the PS4. These are games that are different and there aren't like the first party PlayStation games. But I understand that need and want for something. For some other games, the variety, but it's like I think this is a way for Sony to tell you like there's a lot of games out there. Go find some. Like but if you want to come back to the games that we make and we're excelling at, because obviously they sell well, it's like come here and this is what we have for you. Because like I said, I think we talked about this too with our PS5 experience, right? We were like, when's the next game? When are we gonna get like a new PS5 game? Like we're waiting, right? But it's like that didn't stop us from playing the PS5. There was still like other stuff on there. It was like the Fortnite games, the freaking the Astrobots, the old, you know what I mean? Like there's just a variety of games that are on the PlayStation Store, and I think I think the guy is right. I or the person that wrote this article, I think they are correct. There is a similarity to most of the games that we are or have gone with PlayStation.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember from the article if they mentioned Death Stranding, which yeah, it's like a father, like it's a bond thing, but that game is just so weird and strange that like I don't even think that should be in the conversation with that. I mean, I get it, I know what they're saying, but I don't know. That game is just so different. But
yeah, again, I think it's exactly what. No, I agree with you. It's such a different game, right? I think it's just the story beats, right? It's like you could out of the lineup be like, okay, it's a third person. You could see that they're building a bond with a kid. That's God of War, or that's The Last of Us. You know what I mean? It's very easy to pinpoint these small beats in the game, but overall, the experiences are different, right? I know Ghost of Yotei is getting a kind of a bit of flack because the story is a revenge story, and you're you're trying to kill the Yotei 6, I believe, because they murdered your father. We have not played it up to this point, so I do want to say that first, but even with that, it's like we've seen that before, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to make something completely new when most things have been done already, right?
Yeah, and it's not just Sony, right? I mean, plenty of other companies are doing it as well. I think it's
no, definitely
building an emotional connection with like two characters is always such a win. I feel like like God of War, for instance, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Gears of War, for instance, like Maria and Dom, right? Like Dom's quest to find his wife, and when you finally find out the truth, it's devastating, right? You're like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
To have that an emotional because you care about this character and you want to find out something that happens. It's a tale as old as time, right? It's good. As long as you tell a good story, I'm like, okay, I'm in for the ride. But yeah, I do see the point of the article. So that, yeah.
No, yeah. I don't, yeah, I agree with you on that too. It's like, I was going to bring up BioShock, right? That game is probably hands down one of the greatest games out there, right? And it's crazy that we won't get another experience like that for a really long time. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great games out there, but BioShock hit in a perfect moment, in a perfect time. That what a great way to tell a story, and what a perfect way to encapsulate that with all the other games that have come out after it, right? But it's like we're never going to relive that game. Kind of like the Halo 2, Halo 3. Those games are going to be difficult to relive because at the time that we played them, there was we hadn't had any experience just like that. Now it's like every game that we get is not a very similar experience, but they've all been great games. And I think we lose sight of that. We lose sight that we okay, people are like, oh yeah, you're getting this game, God of War Ragnarok, or Last of Us 2. They're all similar beats, but they're all been pretty great games. Maybe some of the stories don't hit as hard as the first ones, like we've talked about with Ragnarok, or like Spider-Man 2, right? Stuff like that. But then there is ones where like it's Uncharted 1 was great, but Uncharted 2 took that to the next level. You know what I mean? So it's like we lose sight that we are getting some pretty great games, and we got to focus on the goodness that we're getting, and not that we're always getting the same thing. Because like we've talked about this before too, and this is the last thing I'll say, Lex, because I know I'm going on a little rant here. But we talked about the Dark Souls games and how many Souls-like games are going to come out or have been coming out, and we're like, oh my gosh, like this paved the way for all these games, and it's like that's what's going to happen with this. And I think that's why Nintendo is suing like Power World and all these stuff, so no other game creates the same thing that Pokemon is doing. You know what I mean? It's like that's a whole thing too. But
yeah, I was gonna say the Souls-like thing, but yeah, dude, definitely. But yeah, dude, let's move on, dude. Great conversations, love it. It does relate kind of to what we're gonna be talking about in a bit. But before we jump into that, dude, let's ask you. Let's ask you, dude. What have you been playing these past weeks? I know it's been a little while. Have you been on Silent Hill? Have you been on your Sekiro grind? Dude, where are you at? Where are you at?
Yeah. Sorry, I want to. I definitely. Before we move on, I forgot to say this, but please sound off in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on PlayStation games. If you are a PlayStation gamer or you're an Xbox gamer, from the outsider's perspective, looking in as an Xbox gamer, do you see every game that PlayStation brings out looks the same or sounds the same? You know what I mean? Or if you're a PlayStation owner and you feel the same as well, or you don't mind those games, like please sound off in the comments on this YouTube video. Yeah, to go into your question though, Lex, I've actually been able to play a little bit of Sekiro this past week, which I've had a great time with. I've beaten a few bosses now at this point. I'm still trying to locate The monkey. There's this big old like I think it's like a gorilla or monkey or something. That was like the first gameplay I had ever seen of Sekiro where it's like this like you cut the monkey's head off and you're like, oh he's done. And then all of a sudden he's fighting you without a head. And it always looks so difficult. And I was like, dude, I can't wait to find that. But I have not gotten to that. So I've been slowly trying to find my way to that because I get lost pretty easily in that game. I had to like look up a video to find out how to find a king or someone, and I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. Like this is ridiculous. So I've been doing that. And I've also been playing Fortnite. I finished my battle pass. I don't know if I talked about that last week that we talked about it. I don't think so, but I finally finished my battle pass. It was a little bit of a grind. I think towards the end you get a lot more XP. And for those who haven't completed their battle pass and you're listening to this now, either play with a friend or a couple of friends, and that'll give you an double XP or more XP when you're doing stuff. And that'll help you probably complete your pass as well. That's been pretty cool. It's been pretty fun playing a little Fortnite, especially because it's like such a just drop in and drop out kind of game. And I want to say this last thing because I got to try this out. I don't know if you got to try this because I think you were gone, but Call of Duty Black Ops 7, or was it 6? 6, right? Yeah, Black Ops 6.
I have no idea.
Was it? No, oh my gosh. It's Call of Duty, yeah, it's Battlefield 6. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 7. It's crazy to say that. So Black Ops 7, I started playing that because there was a beta, and I played for about like an hour or two or something like that, and the game is okay. I could see the appeal of why people are going to want to play it and probably buy it. I don't know if I'm going to buy it this year. I think this is the one I'm going to skip, which is sad to say because I've bought in every Call of Duty.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here.
It was going to be funny because I end up getting it. But no, I think this is the one that I'm going to probably stop. But it was fun. I think it was worth playing just if you want a mindless little shooter. It is very fast. And there's a lot of things that are very cheesy on the beta, especially. And I ran into some hackers, which was very strange, especially for the beta. It's like that makes it worse. Like it's like I don't want to buy this because like you're having me play with all these freaking cheaters. Like that's crazy. They need to fix their anti-cheat or whatever. But that's all I've been playing, my friend. What about you?
Dude, honestly, I've not been playing much. Like I said, I've been gone. I did get a chance to jump into a little bit of the Fortnite last night. We were chatting on that. I was telling you how upset I was because I didn't get Murdoch from the Gorillas in the music pass. I literally missed it by like a day, and I had like 2 more things to do, and I was so mad. I should have just played Monday, but I was tired. So I did not play. So I played a little bit of Fortnite. Saying it was fun. I had a good time. I was playing. You get a little like power up as the ghost face, and it's pretty funny. You just run around with a little knife like sticking out. You're like, yeah, you're like running all sweet. But yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, other than that, I have not played anything. But I will say this: we always talk about the backlog of hell. Today, my friend. Speaking of the games we just talked about, and probably we're going to be talking about in a minute, I made a little purchase, dude. A little impulsive purchase. So at my work, they reward us with these $100 gift cards for our birthdays. So we had that thing today. A couple of us got it because it was our birthdays, right? So I'm like, I had to spend this thing because last time I got one of these Visa cards, like the last $30 of it got like stolen. It was weird. It was stupid. I was like, what the hell happened? So I'm like, you know what, dude? Then we'll get Ghost of Yotei. So I got it, and it was like whatever how much it was, and I'm all, you know what? I also want Gears of War Reloaded. I've been wanting that. It's on sale. It's like 10.
It was on sale, right? Yeah, yeah.
Got it, dude. Perfect Hunter is like 2 cents left over on the gift card. I'll give it to you, dude. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah, thank you.
So I got him, dude. I'm so excited to play it. It's funny because I literally was telling you, I'm like, I'm gonna dedicate my time to beat Death Stranding 2 before I get Ghost of Yotei. What do?
You gotta Ghost of Yotei.
It wasn't my money. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, I agree. It wasn't yours. It wasn't yours.
So, dude, I'm so excited to play that game, dude. I need to play Silent Hill up as well. Yeah, dude, that's where I'm at, dude. I told Ernie, and he's like, "Share." I don't know what you said. He said something about.
I said, may I partake? I said, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
originally I thought for these Visa cards you couldn't, because it does say no manual, like you can't manually enter the cards online.
oh,
I remember doing it last time, And then I asked them when I worked though, no, you just register it to your name and your address and you'll be able to do it. I'm all, dude,
Oh,
perfect. So
cool.
I did
Okay.
it all right then and there. Bam, done. So
Yeah, it was wild when you sent me that image. I was like, "Oh, you just disappeared." That was strange. My bad. I want to see. I apologize. Oh, he said I lost you. Oh, there he is. Can you see me? Yeah, we're still recording. I didn't stop it, but it was crazy that it stopped. Either way, let's just keep going. So,
folks, we had a little technical difficulty, but
yeah, we're using Streamlabs, and that thing glitches a lot apparently. So I when you sent that image of you buying that, I was like, this son of a gun, he did it. Like I was like, I can't believe he did it, because both him and I were talking about, because he had asked me, he's like, should we buy this? And I was like, maybe eventually, but I'm like, and then eventually I just told him I don't think I'm gonna buy it because I won't have time to play it. I don't have money. I just spend a lot of money on Disneyland tickets for the wife and I and the kid, because it's gonna be her birthday, my daughter's. And so I'm like, dude, I don't have that money. And then this guy does it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did it. Like, and dude, I want to tell you right now, Lex, I went on the PlayStation 5 right now before we hopped on,
and
I downloaded Gears and
Ghost
Ghost of Yotei. I had to. I'm surprised you haven't done it. You haven't done it?
I did not. I was like,
wow, that's
I don't know why I was thinking about it. But Ernie gave me some task, he gave me some job, and I was like, dude, I know. I don't know what to do here.
Well, the task is for you to sound really good through this audio, so hopefully it works.
And you gave me a video to watch, and I was like, yeah, it's glitching, Ernie. And he's all, they probably took it down. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I see it later. I'm like, oh, it's down.
Oh wow, yeah, YouTube was down right at the moment.
Yeah, but dude, super excited. I know where am I gonna find the time to play this game? I don't know. I keep seeing people X about it or whatever it's called, tweet about whatever. I'm gonna say tweet. And they're like, they're showing like things, and even on like TikTok, they're like, all right, I'm 31 hours in, and I've only killed 2 of the Yotei 6. Like, they're saying it's like a really good open world. That's enough. I'm gonna get stuck in it, dude. I'm like, oh man, what have I done? What have we done? I'm gonna try to get to it, bro. I'm gonna try to juggle games, and you know that never goes well. The
no, it doesn't.
I will say, I don't think, at least, I have anything that I'm expecting for the rest of the year. Really, I mean, there's like Call of Duties and stuff, but I'm not gonna get that. So I think.
Yeah, I think that's
I mean, I don't know.
probably about it at this point that I could recall, because I mean we're almost at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I'm with you. I'm like I think 6 or 5 weeks done with school, so then I'll be done. But then I have to go to winter classes, but that should be just one class, so I'm excited about that. But now I'm like figuring out how to juggle school and kind of gaming or doing side stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping I could hop onto something, but it's like, dude, like you, it's like I should just go back to Death Stranding. I gotta finish it, but it's like,
no,
the ghost is calling to me, bro. It's like I even went back to play Iki Island, dude, with freaking with Jin Sakai, and dude, that game is so good too. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's too much. We'll do it. But hey, let's jump into our topic, shall we? So speaking in line of, we're talking Sucker Punch, we're talking mainstream games, or how we need a new game from PlayStation. Apparently, there's a rumor going around, dude. Someone's got the fever. It's Sly Coops. Dude, the Sucker Punch hinting at a new Sly Cooper or some kind of remaster, or even Infamous. I don't know. So everyone, if you're not aware of this article just came out. There was an interview. Oh gosh, I forgot his name. I had it down and it's gone. I lost it. The head of Sucker Punch, who was created Ghost of Yotei. They've done Sly Cooper, Infamous, and all that. They said, I'm not going to say word for word, but I'm just going to kind of briefly paraphrase it. I did pull this from a Video Game Something article. Sorry,
Video Game Chronicles now.
Yeah, Video Chronicles. Yes. So he did say, hey, like they're like, whether we're going to continue Ghost or going back to Sly Cooper, the decision is really limited by, they want to focus on one game is what they want to do. And we've talked about that before. Like when sometimes developers are always on like juggling games, they don't get the best results, right? So like, and that's kind of what like Naughty Dog did when they dropped I think they dropped what was it, the multiplayer because they wanted to focus on their next game
Are you talking about for now? Oh, the Last of
for
Us
like
thing.
intergalactic, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he's even saying like, oh yeah, if we were good at juggling 4 projects, we'd have a remaster, and let's do one of those. Let's do that. Some fan request, which I think he's hinting at the infamous series that would be really popular. But they want to do one thing, and I'm kind of glad about that, right? Because I'm like, okay, but like I think they want to finish their work on Ghost of Yotei Legends, which I believe it's like a multiplayer, right? Did you ever play Legends on Ghost of Tsushima?
I did. I only played I've only played it like once, and it was cool. It's a very interesting experience. I think it's fun. I they sold it like separately at one point. Do you recall this?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was cool. I mean, yeah.
So I mean, him saying Sly Cooper specifically got a lot of people talking. It's funny because like the X verse was going off. I have a couple of tweets that I screenshot, just like 2 of them. Someone in Walmart Canada Gaming, you know that one meme where the guy's standing up in the middle of the crowd and he's like an old school picture. It's probably someone famous, and I don't know who it is, to be honest.
Oh, it's like kind of like a painting, right?
Yeah, and he's like standing like this, like,
And he's like this. Yeah, he's like saying, "I want to do this" or something like that, right? Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Someone Walmart Canada Gaming, they tweeted, we would play a new Sly Cooper game from Sucker Punch, and it's him, but he has the costume on, so I can try to show you.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, you can kind of see it.
There was another one from PlayStation UK that said Atsu looking very sly, sly, hashtag Ghost of Yotei, and she's wearing like a little fox, like a little raccoon mask jumping in the
Oh
air.
yeah.
And it got people talking, right? Like a lot of if you have a chance, if you have X, if not, look it up maybe on whatever browser you use, search engine, the hashtag Sly Cooper, and a lot of people are talking about it, man. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, and it's exciting. Do we want a new one? Are we going to get a remaster? Personally, of course, I would want a new one, right? But also, I'd want them to remaster all of them, dude, all the 4, and just put them all together, which that doesn't happen. What would you want, dude? What would you want from the Sly Cooper series if it was to get revived, either a reboot or a fresh the remaster?
Well, it's tough because a part of me, I think, would love to, like, the nostalgia of me would love to play the originals, right?
Sorry.
And
One last thing. The rumor is it's going to be Sly Cooper training his son, father and son. I'm kidding.
he's good, and it's a revenge story. Carmelita Fox gets
really quick before I
go ahead.
get started,
Yeah, please.
I keep interrupting you. So when
No,
I
you're
look
good.
this up, dude, be careful because a lot of Carmelita Fox and Sly Cooper fan art came up. You type it in, and I was like, oh no.
That's crazy. You know what's funny is when I typed in to get this image of you, like, the little Photoshop edit, I looked up Sly Cooper's cosplay. So that's like someone's body, and I was like, I'm gonna Photoshop your face on it, but nothing crazy like that showed up for me. So thank the maker, I guess. I don't want to see that. It's kind of gross. But yeah. So yeah, part of me, like the nostalgia part of me, would love to get the Sly Cooper 1 through, what was it, 3 or 4? It was 3. Thieves Through Time was the last one, right? Was that 4?
I'll look.
I want to say. Oh yeah, please. I think it might be 4 or 3, but I would love to play them all again. I mean they have them. I think you can buy them through the PlayStation Store right now, right? Where they're not remastered or anything, right? They're just kind of the HD collection of it.
I think I bought some of them, right? I think I have them.
I believe you do, and I think I went back, which is funny because I was getting into emulation at the time, and I ended up playing Sly Cooper for the PS2, I believe, right? That it came out on, and I remember playing it, and it was awesome. It's still a great game, but there's like some wonky controllers. Like they fixed a lot of that. Yeah, the camera's poorly done.
The first one is Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. The second one is Sly 2 Band of Thieves, Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves, and Sly Cooper Thieves of Time.
Yeah. So yeah, 4 of them. That's crazy. But yeah, so I would love to go back and play them. But like I think a remastered of them, I mean, like, let's just leave them in the past, right? Like, let's get a new Sly Cooper. Let's get something that like the new kids can play, and like a new Astrobot sort of like hit that hard. Like get freaking what's the gaming company that does Astrobot? Is it Team Masubi? or
that's their names,
I believe so. So the Astrobot. Let's get the Astrobot guys to do the freaking Sly Cooper series. Like, let's get them an IP that is an Astrobot. Astrobot's awesome, but like, let's work on like freaking Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter. Like, let's get them working on some of those games, right? And I would love to see it, just like something new that is completely different from what the originals were. I mean, they were great, but like, I still have them. I'm able to play them on my PS5. You know what I mean? I don't need to see them remastered. Sometimes remasters are awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather see what they can do now, right? Because if it fails and they do terribly, which we're not wishing that, but I'm saying if it does, it's like I still have the originals to go back and play, right? We talked about that with like when we used to do our movie podcast with the Matrix 4. Matrix 1, 2, 3 was awesome for me. I appreciated them so much. And then we got a fourth one, which I thought was going to be great. Watched that like 4 or 5 times, and that movie's awful. It's not good at all. And it's like, to me, it doesn't exist. It doesn't need to. I'm not mad about it. It doesn't exist. I don't watch it. Once part 3 ends, I'm like, that's how it ended. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
I want Bentley to be voiced by Christopher Judge, so he'd be like Sly.
That'd be wild. I thought you were gonna say you wanted him to be like freaking the original Kratos. I forget his name right now. But he's all Athena.
Oh yeah, I forget his name. Yeah, dude. I mean, again, yeah, I exactly your same thoughts. I would love a fresh new take on the character in the series, but I would not be mad if they did a remaster from ground up, because it's just been a while. But like you said, yeah, we do have them. I did give the Devious Reckonings a try. The camera is very wonky. That's the only issue, but it's still a fantastic game. I think it's like the perfect handheld game, especially to play. And it's great. I mean, do you remember when you first played it? I mean, I don't even know how I got my hands on this game. I just remember playing it, just being like hooked right away.
I rented it as a kid. I remember renting it on my local video store. I think it was called Top 40 Videos, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been that, or it could have been a different movie like video stores that we used to have when I was younger.
For the younger listeners, video stores, they used to be these places.
They were like Netflix, but for physical content.
And you'd go and look, and I know we've talked about it plenty of times on our channel, but yeah, they don't exist. Or Movie Q.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It was, oh my gosh, yeah, dude. But yeah, like, it's a blast from the past. But like, so essentially, what they would do, right? You would walk into this video store, bunch of movies, and they started adding video game stuff on the corner over like content, right? And you would see these really cool box arts, boxes of games, and the art style would always get you. I think that was like the thing that'd be like, man, this game kind of looks interesting. Should I rent it or should I buy it? Like that's how they would get you at the store. Because at the time, I don't remember really us going on IGN.com every day or anything like that. It was all through like, oh, yeah, or it would just be all word of mouth, or if we saw it, right? And so I remember looking at the game and saying to my brothers, like, could we get this? And or I think my brother was just the one that ended up getting it. But I remember us like talking about it, because it was 3 of us, right? That we would like ask our mom to like give us money to like rent. And so for the most part, I wasn't able to dictate what we got, but like we would all kind of like be like, come on, you're gonna want to play this, trust me. Like, they would try to like fool me into it. And so I think we ended up getting it. I remember playing it, and I remember it being really freaking fun. And I think my brother David and I were the ones that ended up completing that game. And I think we'd always go the Thlevius Raccoonus. We'd always just say that to each other. I want to tell that to my brother, my brother David, but if I were to tell him that, he would not remember. Like, that guy's got a bad memory, but like we would just say stupid things because we really like that game. And I know you eventually started saying Sly, freaking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think I was probably the same way. I probably went and rented it, and I fell in love with the games. I was just like, oh my gosh, these games are so fun. And then, like, when you're sneaking, it goes and you get a little faster. And yeah, I just remember like, oh my gosh, this game is so much fun. Yeah, dude. I hashtag Sly Cooper, dude. Please, like, that'd be awesome to bring back. But what about the other game, Ernie? Now, I don't have much to say about this next game. I have played the PS4 one, but I'll talk about that after. Infamous, dude. The Infamous series. I know you're a big fan.
I am.
Same thoughts. I'm assuming you would want a remaster, but you'd also want something fresh, right? Or
honestly, see, that's the hard thing, dude. Because had you asked me a few years ago, again, I would have probably been like, dude, I need them to remake this game, because the first games are so awesome, and I would love to see the story played out again, especially with what we have now as technology. because I mean, you go back and those games are pretty. I mean, they're great, but they don't look that great. Like they don't stand the test of time. Oh man, it's hard because like we did get a reboot, right? We got the infamous Second Son with Troy Baker, and he's like native, and it was a really cool story. It was a really great game. I platinumed that bad boy, dude. I remember that was like the PS4 game that I bought, or one of the first PS4 games that I purchased, and I remember thinking, gosh darn, like we are in the next generation of games. Like this was so good looking. And honestly, honestly go back, dude. Go back. Maybe when YouTube comes back and starts working, I want you to go back and watch a little bit of gameplay of that, dude. And I'm telling you, it looks freaking good still. Son? Yeah, Infamous Second Son, it still looks really good. But I'm saying, like, I know you haven't seen it in a while. I have. I went back to watch it recently, and the game still looks really freaking good, dude.
Dude, yeah, similar to you, because I think, I mean, you and I, when we were talking, Target used to do these deals. They would always every holiday season, it'd be like buy 2-for-1 video games. And I remember we'd always I think we'd either like split one. I don't know how we did it. But I remember when PS4 came out, I think about this game, Killzone, and there was another game I got along with it because I'm like, dude, I need these games ready to play. And dude, yeah, Second Son was dope. I had never played the other Infamous games. I knew about them. I was aware of them. I've seen them. I've never played them. And I wish I did because I know they're great games. But Infamous Second Son was a lot of fun. I had a blast playing that game.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny because I think it was during the PS3 blackout. Do you remember the PS3 blackout where all the internet, we got hacked? Do you recall this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So they gave us free games, and I think it was Infamous, it was Little Big Planet, and it was Street Fighter, I believe, as well, or something like that, if I remember correctly. And I think it was Little Big Planet 2 or 3. And so I got that game for free, and it was random. I never got to play it. I just know I owned it. And eventually, this is gonna be a funny story because you're gonna like this one if I make it into this with you. May I?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So my wife and I, when we were first dating, this was high school. We had an argument. We had this big fight, and like all couples, eventually we broke up, right? And so we broke up, and I remember being very, very sad. I was depressed. I didn't cry or anything. I was just really, really sad, and it hit me hard. That was my first girlfriend, and I remember we broke up for about like 2 months, 3 months, or something like that. And I was like really depressed. I didn't want to do anything, and I was like, I got to get out of here. And so one of my buddies, a really good friend of mine at the time from high school, he told me, hey, do you want to come out to the spa in Fontana, to my new house? He's like, I got a spot for you. You come down here, and you'll hang out for like a week or so. Let me know if you like it, and you can move in with us. And you can start a new life out here, basically. It sounds so dramatic, huh? And I told my mom that, too, at the time.
Again?
Dude, I think I was like 19 or like 18, something like that. I was like pretty young. I think I might have been a little older, but I had to have been like that age. So it was like probably 18, 19. And it was funny because I like my mom. This is the first time I remember that my mom was like really cool about like letting me do that because she saw how depressed I was and how I needed this to be. And I remember going over there, dude, staying out there. And my friend would go to work. He was a waiter at the time for Mimi's Cafe. And he's like, yeah, dude, if you come move out here, I'll get you a job. We got you a room already and everything. He was like really cool about it. Really great guy. I don't know why I stopped talking to him. And we did all that stuff, right? And then he left me at his house one day, and he's like, just play my PS3, because we would play a lot of PS3. And he's like, play a game, play whatever you want. I just downloaded this game, Infamous, and I'm like, all right, no worries, and I'll play it. And so I started it, bro. And I'm telling you, dude, it was like the perfect game to play. You were like, obviously you have the evil and good cycle in the game. And I remember that there's a time where, like, depending on what you choose, your girlfriend in the game gets mad at you. And so you start to lose her. It's like this whole stupid story. It's really silly because you end up finding out something in the game. I won't spoil it because it's kind of a pretty neat little thing of what happens. And you're a courier, actually. You're like a guy you're a freaking Uber driver, basically. Uber Eats. Sort of on a bicycle or something like that, or on feet, on your Doge patas. And yeah, so so I played the game. I played quite a bit of it. I downloaded it on my account on his PS3. No, actually, no, I lied. I brought my PS3 if I remember correctly, and I was playing it off of mine. Because I brought everything. I brought a week worth of clothes and all that stuff. I can't leave without my PS3, so I brought that bad boy, started playing it, and I finished it, dude. And I remember that helped me so much. So when I came back after that week or whatever, it had been like months after what had happened, and I went out there with them, and I beat the game or whatever. Came back, felt a lot better. Was gonna go on my first date with some random girl that my brother's girlfriend at the time was gonna take. I'm sorry, little rant. It was some random girl, and I was gonna go on a date with her. And then my wife now hit me up, and the rest is history now, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say at the end of the infamous game, he's gonna turn around and be like, "Go get her."
No. That was a crazy. It's a. Dude, honestly, there was more to it, but I don't want to bore you guys because it's a lot of really
No, they're bored.
silly story. Probably, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
it's great, dude. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people have those stories with video games, like whether it gets you through the hard times. You know what I mean? There's plenty of moments. I've definitely done that as well, where I'm just like, yes, like this is what I just
Yeah.
need right now. So it's just like release.
Yeah.
Mad, you're like, I'm gonna play some games.
Yeah. No, I do my best not to be mad and play games because I never want to like put it. I've told you this. Like I never want to put them together.
That's the thing I was gonna say too. Like I don't think I can do that anymore. Like I feel like I don't have that urge. Like if I'm mad or sad, I'm like I do something else. I'm like I don't go play games because like you said, like
It's like I want to be happy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This is not a chore, and that's yeah. That's hilarious though. But dude, yeah, infamous games. I mean, I would love to play. Can you play the old ones?
You can through PlayStation streaming.
Okay, I just looked up Second Son. It's $20 still, which is pretty wild.
Yeah. Second Son you can play now, and you can play it on PS5. But I think the original Infamous 1 and 2 and the DLC,
stream it.
the vampire one they had, you can only stream it on PS Now or whatever I believe it's called.
Oh, not the PS Premium subscription. None of that until they add it, right? Probably don't have it yet.
Whatever, I don't even know. It's like whatever the streaming one is on there.
I feel
because I know they changed it probably.
They're
The
starting
name.
to add a lot more stuff to that premium tier. That it's like pretty worth it for like old games.
I don't. You don't have premium, right? Which tier do you have?
The basic tier where you get the 3 free games or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I had it for a little bit, but I was like, I wasn't using it. I was just like, I'm not. There's too much. I can't even play the new stuff. I mean, I'm going to go back to the old stuff, which is usually what we do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check if it's on there, but yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude. I just saw, like I said, I just saw Second Son's $20. Maybe it's because he mentioned it. He's like, oh, Sly Cooper and this. They're like, bump it up. No, I'm kidding. No, I think
maybe possibly
stay around that price. It's pretty crazy. Like,
yeah. There's some gems out there, dude. I honestly, PS4 had some great games. I had a wonderful time with my PS4. I love that console.
Dude, yeah,
I was so sad when I sold it at the time. I was like,
it was random. I want to tell you actually real quick.
please.
This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I was in Austin and I went to the restroom. I was using the restroom, and then all of a sudden I hear the song. What's the song? You're underwater. And it was the PlayStation 3 commercial song. I remember it so.
Oh my god, I don't remember that.
I think it's called Slither.
Yeah.
Song by Velvet Revolver. Velvet Revolver. If you don't remember, I'm sure once you listen to that song, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember this song because I remember that being the PlayStation 3 trailer song, and it played when I was in the I was like, dang, I want to play some games.
That's crazy. I know. The power on. I think I told you that too when I was. I forgot where I was. It might have been like a Walmart. It was like a store, but they played the Franz Ferdinand song, which is "Take Me On." Right? Oh yeah, but that's literally the only song I know. But that was a PlayStation PSP. Sorry, PlayStation Portable commercial, and I remember always wanting one. I never got one, but I freaking every time I hear it, it like makes me it makes me smile. I'm like, oh man, games, am I right, my friend?
All right. But dude, yeah, that's all I really have to say on this topic. We just wanted to kind of react to this news of what was going on. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add, Ernie, to this topic. Please, if you have anything.
No, I mean, please. Honestly, the only thing I do want to add is please sound off in the comments of this YouTube video and or our Spotify that we might be posting up soon. I gotta set that up. An all audio podcast version of this or whatever you it might be a little bit cooler than the YouTube video, but who knows? So we'll see. But please sound off in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. Do you guys want a new Infamous game, or do you want to play the originals? Maybe you've never played them, or do you want a Sly Cooper a remake of the first one, or do you want a brand new one? by Team Masubi's or whatever they're called. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see. Like, I would love to put a little poll and see how many people vote on what they would like, because it's a very interesting kind of like, what if some people are like, dude, let me get a reboot of the Sly Cooper, but let me get a brand new Infamous, right? Because like Infamous Second Son was really great. It's like I would have kept going to a different one, but they ended up doing what Ghost of Tsushima after that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure exactly what.
I believe so, but I remember they started working on something really cool, which was probably that game. But I don't know, man. Freaking just sound off, please. And also, please, as always, Lex, if I may, please follow us on Instagram at checkpoint_reached. There, I and Lex will answer any inquiries you might have. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a like, give us a comment. Let your friends know about us. Tell your friends about me. Lex, please, as always, please, Lex.
Yeah,
look at me.
Yes. We appreciate you all so much for listening. Glad to be back. Reunited, and it feels so good, as they say. But yeah, sign off in the comments. We would love to hear from you. We will see you all next time. Checkpoint reached.
Goodbye.